woke up this morning to a thunderstorm. Rain is dumping like crazy. Now, one thing I noticed about Vegas is that a lot of drivers out here like this right here don't know how to drive, especially in the rain, because what happens is it doesn't rain too often, and down the middle of these lanes you'll see these oil patterns down the center, and when it starts to rain it gets pretty slick and accidents are pretty prone out here in Vegas. So that's something that you guys need to be careful about if ever moving out here to Las Vegas. Good morning, everybody. So I don't know if you guys remember this property, but I'm gonna say 10 videos ago, we did a walkthrough on this property, a video home tour for a client, and we did post it on the channel. But I don't remember what video it was, but we are actually closing today on this home, and today we're doing a final walkthrough. After the final walkthrough, my clients are going to go to the title company to sign off on this home. A couple things that I want you guys to be aware of this. Make sure to get the home inspection report, and if you are an agent, make sure to print these things out in color for your clients too as well. And another thing is that if you negotiated, you know, for the seller to make the repairs, it's always best to print out the contract of what was negotiated and use the home inspection report as a reference as you're walking through the property, and you're using this as a checklist. So if you are a real estate agent that's just getting started, I would highly encourage you to do this, because when you do a bunch of transactions, you're not going to remember what you negotiated for your clients to get fixed. So it's just something just to keep in mind. Also, if you are a buyer, make sure your agent does that too as well. That's very important. And typically when you do your final walkthrough, it's about 3 days before the closing date. Sometimes it's okay to do it early if they had vacated the property, but if the tenants or the seller has not vacated the property, then you probably don't want to do it, because you don't want to sign off while somebody's still inside the property. The reason why is because what happens if you close out on the deal and the seller doesn't move out, right? Then now you become a landlord. Now it's hard to get them evicted. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but it could happen. Before we close, you definitely want to transfer the utilities off to your name. So I don't know if you guys remember this property or not here. You guys remember this one, right? With the gorgeous pool in the back. Here we go. You guys remember this, right? But I'm here a little bit early, so what I'm going to do is start off on this checklist and make sure these items are done. Now, keep this in mind. If the items are not done and you're going to close and you're going to sign today, you do have a right to say, hey, time out. These items are not fixed. We are not going to close until these items are fixed, okay? Now, if you do that, the downfall is this. If you are financing and you have a 30-day lock and you decide to extend the close of escrow, which is, you do have a right to do that, but if you're financing, you also got to keep this in consideration. If your lock is due, that means your interest rate is going to change. And if you wanted the same rate, you're going to have to do a buy down, which is cost you more money. So make sure, right, to have the seller pay for that buy down. Now, another thing I want to share with you, and I noticed that this house is actually pretty clean. They did a really good job. However, according to the contract, it states this: when the sellers move out, the property must be broom swept. What does broom swept mean, right? The reason why I bring this up because a lot of buyers think sellers are going to come in here and do a full detail of the property, which on this one they did a really good job as far as cleaning the home. But this is something that you have to keep in mind. The home, right? The seller's going to clean the home, but it may not be to your standards. So you can always bring a detailer in here or somebody that cleans houses for a living, and they can help you clean the house. But it's just something to keep in mind, okay? But look how beautiful this community is here. Gorgeous. Also, another thing, if you are a real estate agent, this is what I want you to do. When you negotiate the request for repairs, make sure you itemize the number on the home inspection report. So like, let me give you an example. One of the things that we negotiated says here, 10.7 smoke detectors. Smoke detectors are missing where they are actually indicated. Recommend replace to ensure the installation in the current detectors in every single room, hallway, and required. So on the request for repair form, it says it right here that on 10.7, replace all missing smoke detectors throughout the house to ensure operability. I think it says, I don't have my glasses. Operable, I'm sorry. But anyway, you get the point. So reason why we put the numbers on here, a couple things. So that way the seller and the agent, and we're helping out the seller and the agent, it's all about communication. So we are identifying the page number, the item number that we are requesting for the seller to fix and to make these repairs. Then once we have this and we come back out to the property, I can use this also as a guideline. I'm looking here, it says 10.7. Go back to the book, reference it, see what it says, then we make sure these items are done. So agents, this is what's really gonna set you apart from other real estate agents, especially when you have a bunch of files. So this is something that I want you to keep in mind. Remember, in today's market, you gotta set yourself apart from all the rest of the agents. And when you have systems down in place just like this, it's gonna make your life a lot easier versus trying to remember everything, right? And also, you probably want to come out here ahead of time so that way you can start this process. So that way when your clients come here, they don't have to spend all day here and looking at these items. You can kind of go through the items really quickly with them. And if there's something that the seller had missed, you can let them know, hey, all these items have been done besides this item right here, okay? All right, another item on the agenda, 15.6. Item number 3, it says that the small backflow valve leaks during operational repair requested by a pool professional. On here, it says 15.6, the small backflow valve is leaking during operational. So let's go take a look at that. So this is the item right here, as you can see on the report. Now, another thing that I do offer my clients is this. During our walkthrough, when you negotiate these items, I tell my clients that you also have a right to hire a home inspector to come back out and check these items, but it would be at the cost of you as a buyer. Now, if you do use the same company, then what's going to happen is it should be a little bit more cheaper. It should only be about 1/3 of what you paid, because the home inspector is just going to come out here and just check of the items that you've negotiated. So it looks like this thing, the gasket, has been sealed, which is great. Now let's take a look what else we got here. Item number 2, distributor of the pop-up cleaner system is leaking. And this is item number 5. But it looks like the gasket has been fixed. Buyers are gonna have to come out here and check. That's why I always that's why I always recommend that you always have a second inspection done too as well. All right, let's see what else that needs to be done. 15.9 items 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this looks like it is dry. And then what we did was also negotiate $4,000 towards closing costs, which was great. As far as the pool pump, I can't guarantee it because I'm not a pool professional. However, again, that's why you always want to bring out the home inspector. So. And that's pretty much it, man. That's all the stuff I wanted to share with you. I think this is very important. Again, if you guys haven't, looked into getting a real estate agent, you definitely want to get a real estate agent that could help you out through the whole process and literally guide you through the process, okay? I'm not saying anything about, you know, new agents out there. They're eager and they'll go out there and work hard to get you the deal, but then, you know, when working with a real estate agent that's been in the business for, you know, 10 years, over a decade, and has done over, you know, $100 million worth of transactions in like 1 year, I mean, that kind of stuff comes with experience, because every real estate transaction is completely different. However, the fundamentals are there, so just something to keep in mind. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're gonna head over to a new community called Live, and this is a luxury community, and the name of the community is called Neil, and it's over here in Henderson, and we're gonna do a couple clips and some marketing, and Joe's gonna be a part of our marketing with this new community. So we got John today. He's gonna do all the IG stuff, and we're gonna head on out there. We're gonna put this thing together.
Intelligence includes.
I told these guys it wasn't easy. You're overthinking.
Smart health monitor includes smart health monitoring system, pet detection system, and best in class wellness. Smart health monitoring system, pet detection system, and best environmental efficiency.
All right, guys. So we just got done filming. That is pretty much it for this video. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. That helps me and the team out, believe it or not. Other than that, until next time, peace.